It's Thursday, and that means it is time for another HorrorYuuki Roundup show update for you guys. It is March 23rd, 2020. Hopefully, you're getting ready for April showers bring May flowers because we're heading to April with crossover games. I'll talk about that in a moment. Let's first give a shout out to a special content creator in our fam, the unfortunate one. Congratulations, bud, on making affiliate on the new platform Kick. So congratulations, unfortunate one, for making affiliate on the platform called Kick. We'll be talking about that in just a moment as well. Today's roundup is as follows, according to the community tab, where we'll be talking about Super Mario World ROM hacks coming to Mario Yuuki. We'll be talking about next month's team boat update. We'll always be talking about the HorrorYuuki and AnimeYuuki channel ideas. We'll be talking about the next week's content preview, Saturday and Sunday content possibilities, Yuuki's Content Corner podcast. Begin soon. I'll talk about that because I just recorded the first two episodes last night. Oh yeah, yeah. I recorded late at night now. And finally, we'll be talking about new model, as in new VTuber model Luna. The name is going to be Luna, coming soon. And in particular for AnimeYuuki, once I put that up on the board. But first, let's talk about, we're not going to go in order, but we're going to be talking about next week's content. So next week is going to be VR chat as always, normally. And don't forget, we have VR chat tonight. We're going to do a game night. So next week for VR chat, we are doing Francis the Wolf and Amy Rose. Now keep in mind, those two are regular. They're not game night. So it's basically a hangout night, if you will. The game night is going to be like an experimental thing. We might do it twice a month, starting in April, if you guys like this idea. I don't want to force ideas down the throat here. So we're going to do a game night tonight with Infinite the Jackal. Next week, we are back to regular hangout nights with Francis the Wolf and Amy Rose. Okay? So that's what's going to happen for next week on the main channel. On MarioYuuki, though, we have our current ROM hack, and that is going to be Green Star. Green Stars here. So right now I only have parts 4, which is this morning at 11:30. Tomorrow at 11:15 a.m. for Friday night, from Friday morning, and Friday night we do have a special 5:30 show for you. I do not have church volunteering tomorrow, so that's why we're able to do it tomorrow as well at 5:30. And then next week again, if we do need to do it next week, if we still have game left. I will tell you there is one more area in that game we need to explore. And I have figured out where the other 2 stars are. So we're going to take a look at that today at 11:15. By the way, new schedule in terms of timing. If there is going to be no rain, stream start at 11:15 a.m. in the morning. VR chat will start at 5:15. Only if there is no rain in the forecast. If there is rain or thunder, then it's cancelled. Or if there is heavy rain, then the stream is delayed. I gotta keep it safe here. We have to play safe. Okay, we don't play naughty. We don't play aggressive. That is why I check the weather before streaming. Because what the last thing you want as a streamer is power outages. And you don't want that. That's a big no-no. Okay? That's a big don't not stream on this date no-no kind of thing. So that's why I check the weather every time. For today, I think we're good. We are good. There's no more rain. Or no heavy rain, as it say, in particular. So, now let's talk about this channel, but in terms of new content coming up, and that is in the form of Super Mario World ROM hacks. What are they? So basically, think of Super Mario 64 ROM hacks, but for Super Mario 64, Super Mario World. So you've seen this happen on my main channel productions. You already know what these are. But for those of you who are not aware, the members only videos will give you a hint. These are Super Mario World ROM hacks that were speedrun. So I'm gonna give you an example. So this is called Super Mario World Squared by Young Boy Official, and I actually did a speedrun of this in terms of an uploaded video. And as you can see, all this is Super Mario World. All this stuff is Super Mario World. The only difference is it's Super Mario World. That's it. But in a ROM hack scenario, I would tell you, however, there are more Super Mario World ROM hacks than there are Super Mario 64 ROM hacks on SMW Central. I believe on ROMhacking.com it's all Super Mario 64. SMW Central combines Yoshi's Island, Super Mario World, and Super Mario 64. But you're gonna see more Super Mario World ROM hacks than normal. So we're gonna play something like this on the channel on HorrorYuuki. We'll see when we're gonna start because we're starting our crossover month. But I wanna show you guys these puppies. Now, if the ROM hacks are short, then I'm just gonna upload a video. If the ROM hacks are long, aka 15 exits or more is when we play with this, then I'm gonna go live with them. But we're not gonna start until we have an official month for it. Because I want to dedicate a month to Mario 64, a month to Mario World. Now, other Mario games are considered too. That's why I want you guys to vote on them. Speaking of voting, let's talk about the vote, the theme vote for the Mario games next month. And as you can see in the layout, the winner is crossover month, so that means our Super Mario 64 ROM hacks next month are going to be based on crossover. So we're going to be talking about Zelda and Mario. We're going to be talking about Mario and another game, Pac Mario, which talks about Pac-Man, the guy that eats the yellow marble, and Mario. We're going to be seeing how that goes. So there's a lot of crossovers we're going to check out next month in April. I'll talk about which ones we're going to play next week in our next roundup next week. So that's always the layout, the new layout that I'm going to be featuring today. Next thing we're going to be talking about is AnimeYuuki and HorrorYuuki. Basically, anime games and horror games. The last part called Yuuki is because of my main channel, RetroYuuki Productions. But here's how it works. Because I want to make sure you guys are understanding of how it works. The game types is obviously HorrorYuuki, which is horror games on HorrorYuuki, makes sense, and anime games or anime on AnimeYuuki. Everything makes sense. But there's a rule. There's some rules we gotta apply. Because horror games, anything with scary stuff is a horror game. However, there are some horror games that are not horror games. We need to lay some ground rules. Horror games have to have a horror element, as in scary stuff. For example, jump scares. And one of my favorite games that does that very well is something called Resident Evil. And yes, we are playing the remake on that. So we go to steam.com, where we go to Steam, where we believe that is incorrect. Not Steam Charts, but Steam. Oh, Steam powered. If we go to Steam and we look at Resident Evil, the remake, you're gonna notice that there is. Let me show you the warning label. Go back. There we go. Intense violence, blood and gore, strong language. If the game applies that the M rating, it's a horror game. The tags are intense violence, blood and gore, strong language. If the game has those three, automatic, it's going to be played on HorrorYuuki. There is an exception, however. If it's an escape room game that has no elements of horror, it doesn't count. No, no horror, no escape room. It has to have an actual horror element, like jump scares, blood and gore, intense violence, strong language that can be interpreted whatever. It's those three though. It's those two. It has to have those two. Otherwise, it doesn't count, and it will not be played on that channel. Now, if the game qualifies as a split, because there are some anime games that are with elements of horror, then that's going to be a toss up. For example, there is a RPG Maker game out there that has number one, blood and gore, but also because it's a cute game, it qualifies for AnimeYuuki. Then I'm going to decide before we play that game if it's really a horror game or it's really more of a low end horror game. If it's low end horror game, it goes on AnimeYuuki. If it's high end horror game, even if it's RPG Maker, it goes on HorrorYuuki. So I have to decide on the ground rule when it comes to middle. But anything with intense violence, blood and gore, HorrorYuuki. If it's cute stuff, it goes down to AnimeYuuki. Speaking of AnimeYuuki, I actually have games for you already. The Tales series, for example. Tales of Berseria. Tales of Arise. I even have Tales of Graces on PS3 if you guys are interested. I have Tales of Symphonia, the original, in terms of PC port. It's ready if you're ready for AnimeYuuki stuff. The only thing that's not ready, however, is somebody named Luna. Who is Luna, you ask? Who is Luna, you ask? Welcome to the world of VTubing, everybody. So basically, what you have been seeing right now on the bottom right corner of your screen is my first official VTubing model. I called him, no cap, Yuuki, okay? That is why we are called RetroYuuki Productions. We produce something along with showing it off. Okay? So, where is everything coming from? So, how do I make my model? I use something called VRoid Studio, ladies and gentlemen. And everybody should know this. VRoid Studio is a application that allows you to make model. In particular, 3D models, and some of them are also Sonic models. And it's free on Steam. And yes, the T-shirt that you are seeing on my model right now, and the Yuuki model, the Green Stars one, obviously it's inspired by our ROM hack Green Stars, the one we're playing right now. I made that also in VRoid Studio. You can customize colors and everything else. Make it up to you. I have read, however, I have seen, however, Sonic OCs, as in no, not human characters changing colors to make it a Sonic character. No, I'm actually talking about a real thing where somebody made an actual OC, a Sonic OC in VRoid Studio. Just to give you an idea, just to give you ideas of what we could do with this puppy. If we take a look at, I believe it's called VRoid Hub. Yes, VRoid Hub. If we take a look at Sonic OC, if we take a look at Sonic the Hedgehog in particular, take a look at this by Elmo Zero. No, I am not kidding, you guys. This is an actual model. Look at that, and it's in Vroid Hub, and it's made in Vroid Studio. Look at this puppy. Oh yeah, and by the way, he has made some other stuff. Movie Sonic, Sonic the Hedgehog, Tails, Pikachu, Elmo, as in Elmo's World. He has also there's also recommended by other people. Sonic EXE, Roots the Bat. No, that's not. That doesn't count. Da, 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 da. Supersonic, Mighty Sanctuary. Not Mighty Sanctuary. Mighty the Armadillo. Um. Oh look, there's a Roots the Bat. Although not perfect, but hey, it's up there. And some of these you can actually use. But how is Luna going to be based off? There is no Luna the Hedgehog, is there? Or is there no Luna the Wolf? Oh, wait a second. Luna the Wolf. Who who plays Luna the Wolf in VR chat on a Tuesday or a Thursday? Oh, that's right. Somebody named RetroYuuki. Somebody who's named RetroYuuki. Oh, that's me. That's right. Luna the Wolf, as in our Luna the Wolf, is actually going to be in a model, except human form. Don't expect me to start making Sonic OCs yet in Vroid. I am still learning. But how is this gonna be working? Um yeah, I wanna make sure it's me. There we go. So how is Luna the Wolf in Vroid going to work as a human character? Well, all you have to do is take a look at what she's wearing. That's it. So as you can see, when I made her in Sonic Forces, oh, by the way, thank you to Spooky Twig for making this. The art here, in terms of this one. She's wearing red shorts and a t-shirt. In particular, a skull t-shirt. Okay? I can easily find that in VRoid Studio. Or I can make one myself. Easy peasy. Anyway, shoes, red shorts there, and a t-shirt for school. Oh, and glasses. Let's not forget the glasses here. That's Luna the Wolf on my channel. Okay? So when is the model coming out? The model will be coming out within the next few days. I might show it off. But I'm not going to like all of a sudden put Luna in yet. Not until we make the AnimeYuuki. Or did we make AnimeYuuki channel? Yes, we did. Well, kind of. Kind of. And I say kind of because if we take a look at this, at Switch account, I actually renamed one of my channels to AnimeYuuki. And that is the Call of Yuuki channel. If you guys remember, the Call of Yuuki was supposed to be Call of Duty material. But I decided to stop it because number one, Call of Duty is too popular. You're never going to get anything there. And I'm going to be talking about why in a podcast called Yuki's Content Corner, which I'll talk about in just a moment. But yes, I am rebranding the Call of Yuuki channel to be our new AnimeYuuki channel. And Luna the human is going to be the draw there. And speaking of Luna the human, as in our new model, I'll be telling you guys that I'll be making her soon. Um, you'll be the star of that. And then for now, that's the only channel with a voice mod with a avatar, with a human avatar. Only one. Because the one I'm using right now for Yuuki is me. My actual voice. No voice mod, no nothing. The one with Luna though, I have to. That's a rule. Oh yeah, it's cute. Remember, we're talking about cute stuff and anime stuff. When you talk about anime, you better be prepared to see cute stuff most of the time, 95%. Now let's wrap it up, but let's talk about the rest of the roundup here. We still have some a few more stuff here, including the Yuki's Content Corner podcast. So the podcast, I already recorded the first two episodes last night. Yes, I know both of them are 35 minutes long. Anyway, the podcast is going to be talking about content creation in a way that allows you to learn. Okay, that is more of a concept right now because I'm still learning podcasting or talking about topics. So, what can you expect me to talk about? Well, content creation. That's number one. Most likely, you're gonna be hearing me talk about some terminology like analytics. We'll be talking about analytical stuff. We'll be talking about back end stuff. We'll be talking about numbers. We'll be talking about graphs. We're talking about math in the form of like content creation. We'll also be talking about something called the A word. We're talking about the A word algorithm. That's the A word when we talk about content. Everybody wants to hit the algorithm. Everybody wants to be on the algorithm. Everybody wants to talk about the algorithm. So that's the big A word that we'll be talking about, which is the algorithm. So we'll be talking about algorithms and how they help you as content creators get your videos up there. But we also be talking about content creation in terms of why it's important not to just rely on one platform, but five, potentially six. Like, but wait a second, isn't it six platforms is too much? Well, yes, in retrospect. Yes, in terms of like, oh, that's a lot of channels. Can you manage all of them? But here's the kicker, no pun intended. What happens if a platform shuts down? What happens if, let's say, for some reason, your channel gets terminated? You don't have another audience. That's why I'm gonna stress in that particular episode. Don't put your eggs in one particular streaming basket. Look at what's going on Facebook right now. Look at what is going on Twitch right now. Look at our brand new platform that we're learning, Kick. Kick is new, and they're trying some good stuff. But what happens if you put your eggs in one? That's what that's what you have to learn as a content creator. You cannot just rely on one. If you rely on one, you are in trouble. If you rely on six, you're not as much because at least you have an audience there ready to go to said platform. Should one platform not work, or for some reason, let's say there's a technical issue that, for example, let's say the stream doesn't want to launch on one platform. Hey, come to Kick. Excuse me, my Twitch friends. Which platform is not working today? Can you please come over to YouTube? Hey, you have YouTube up. You're good. Not as much audience. Sometimes they will come over. Sometimes they won't. There, sometimes people have art on one platform, and that's fine. But at least you tried, and you have another one. We'll be talking about that during that podcast. The first two episodes are going to be up sometime either this week or next week. The first one talks about Kick. The second one talks about Facebook. The third episode is going to be talking about this platform right here, YouTube. And that's coming up when we start the actual podcast schedule. And finally, for today's roundup, Saturday and Sunday. Those 2 days are the weird days, are the interesting days. Because there's technically nothing themed around Saturday and a Sunday. Which which is actually beneficial. Here's why. I given you for the moment the schedule has 5 Mario and 2 VR. What do I mean by that? Well, 5 Mario is what I'm referring to as the schedule of Mario streams. So, what's been going on now? Keep in mind, this is a test between the AnimeYuuki channel as well. So, if we take a look at the schedule for our content on both the main channel and AnimeYuuki, on AnimeYuuki, we are streaming on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays to kick off the channel normally. Now, normally when you start something, you want to start to try to expand it, and that's fine. That's actually a good idea. But now that I told you about 2 other ideas, which is AnimeYuuki and horror games, on HorrorYuuki, we gotta split up the Mario. I don't like to say split up the Mario, but we have to if we're going to incorporate these 2 new things. Or do we? There is a Saturday and a Sunday option now. But I don't wanna put it up to myself. If I put it up to myself, the logical thing is to say, oh, Saturdays we're gonna do anime games. Sundays we're gonna be doing horror games. Interestingly enough, I would like to give a shout out to somebody in particular in our circle, Gaming with Green. And the reason why I'm gonna shout him out is for a very I gotta be that. It's for a very special reason. Gaming with Green has something called Sunday Series. Allow me to demonstrate or allow me to present what is the Sunday Series. Well, the Sunday Series is a series where Gaming with Green would go live on a Sunday, but the kicker is all of the games on Sundays are horror games. For example, we have Visage, which is a horror game. We have the horror game called The Dark Pictures and Analogy, which I believe he just started. We also have other games on here. Now, of course, he plays Fortnite. He not Fortnite, Warzone. So let's not dwell with that one. But he has a lot of interesting ideas. Let's go to other stuff he does played. He also has played Layers of Fear. I never heard about this game until he played it. Martha is Dead, another game we have not heard about until I seen him play it. The Park, another game I never seen him play until he played it. The Dark Pictures House of Ashes, never heard about it until he played it. Alien Isolation is a game that I believe was long time ago. Never heard about it until he played it. So any of these games I'm showing you guys right now are games I only learned about because he played them. I think I started learning about the Sunday series last year. And look at where he's at now. Last year, I seen him play Sunday series. So what he does is a Sunday series. Now, I don't want to just copy Green when it comes to the HorrorYuuki channel. I'm just showing you his channel to show you guys what he does on a Sunday. Particularly on a Sunday. And his Sunday is going to be the horror games, the scary games. So that's why I'm giving him a shout out for today's particular roundup because of his involvement with the scary game. And we're going to try our own series. Now, is it with HorrorYuuki? Now, is it going to be every Sunday, Saturday, or sometime in the weekday? That is actually yet to be seen. So here's what I'm thinking. We split up the Mario, and that's the only way we're going to be doing this. There are 5 days of Mario. 5. You'd think that's not a lot, but remember, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're already doing VR chat in the afternoon. 5:30, 5:30 today. I mean 5:15 tonight, but 5:30 usually. So, what does this tell you? We're gonna split up the Mario in a way that makes it fair. And here's how we can determine what's fair. If you guys want, we can vote as part of the. We can vote on the community tab. Here's the split though. Here's my fair share. If we're going to apply that we're going to be doing streaming on the weekends, then it's Saturday, Sunday. One of them is going to be horror games and one of them is anime. With Luna, as in the model. The voice mod I'm going to be using for Luna, obviously, is going to be the Luna voice mod I usually use for Luna the Wolf. Funny thing is, there's to be a story behind the model. Now, here's my split. Here's my giving. I'm giving you guys some options. Option A is for anime games to be on Saturday, horror games to be on Sunday. Easy peasy. Because you get your Mario Monday to Friday, and then you get your horror games on Sunday, and you get your anime games with Luna on Saturdays. 5:30 and 5:30. Easy peasy. Or we can split the Mario. We can say, you know what? Let's do Mondays and Wednesdays. We can do Mondays and Wednesdays afternoon. We can do Mario. Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday morning. Tuesday and Thursday, we can do anime games on AnimeYuuki. Fridays, we can do Mario. No, Fridays we can do horror games in the morning. It makes no sense, but that's what I'm thinking of the split. So 2 days of Mario, 2 days of VR chat, 2 days of the anime or horror games, and 1 day that is open to interpretation. But once we set up a schedule, we have to stick to it. There's no more split up, split up, split up. Okay? So we have to decide on that. Now, when it comes to very special months like October, October is going to be the month of horror games, no matter what. Because that's when Halloween is. So that's the idea of the split. But those are my ideas. Let's see what you come up with on that. Okay. And that's it. That is the roundup for today. If you guys are interested, let me know your ideas on the comment. Do you guys want a 7-day split up where we have the horror games on Sunday and the anime on Saturday? Or do you guys want to split up the Mario? If you split up the Mario though, it has to be fair. I cannot just split it up just for the sake of adding anime games and horror games. That won't make sense. And we have to think about a fair split. And remember, horror games are better at night. Because I can turn off the lights. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. But that is the trend. You turn off the night. You're not gonna see my face anyway. Because of the avatar. But horror games at night make sense. You get scared a lot. Okay? We're gonna go light first, and then we're gonna go for the big boy. Okay? That's all for now. We'll see you guys in about 25 minutes for Mario. As soon as the video goes up, we'll see you guys in about 25 minutes, 30 minutes for Green Stars Part 4. Enjoy, and we'll see you guys in a moment.